Let's discuss at a high level the declarative technologies available in Salesforce. We need to discuss this because, in my experience, 90% of developers over engineer their code because they don't properly understand the declarative toolset, and I refuse to contribute to this epidemic. You must become an exceptional Salesforce programmer, and I can't overstate the importance of this knowledge. The first and most commonly used admin tool is the workflow rule. Most self respecting admins have written dozens of these throughout their career. A workflow rule does two things exceptionally well. First, it's great at doing same object field updates. For example, you might have a workflow rule that automatically updates a priority field on an opportunity every time the amount field is updated on the same record. Workflow rules are also especially good at sending out email notifications. The best part about workflow rules is they're easy to set up and they have rock solid reliability. Unfortunately, they're only usable in limited situations due to their relatively weak scope of power. The next tool available to admins is the big daddy of workflow rules. It's known as Process Builder. Process Builder expands on the functionality of workflow rules and gives you two new pieces of functionality. The first is the ability to do field updates on related objects. For example, you might want to update an account status field whenever a related case is closed. The second is the ability to create records. I have no idea why it took Salesforce so long to give us this kind of functionality. Can I get an amen? The downsides of Process Builder is that it cannot update records that aren't strictly related via a lookup or master detail relationship. Also, you're going to run into bulk update issues everywhere. We'll talk more about bulk in a later module. The final tool available to admins is the visual flow. I have a ton of respect for this tool, and in my opinion, it's vastly underrated. There's a reason why. Visual flow is kind of like drag and drop coding. You build coding like logic without having to know coding syntax. This gives you the ability to do unrelated object updates and use cool things like variables and loops. Very powerful, but underused, because learning how to use visual flow is basically like learning how to code, but without the perks.